Most of the time I'm pretty busy and running around like a headless chicken. So yeah, I'm Sandy Campbell. I manage Perpetual Farming Limited, and it operates across 3 properties, predominantly managing Friesian bulls. Runs over about 1,400 hectares. We use a mixture of share farm agreement and contract farming agreements to try and develop a platform for share farming in the sheep and beef industry. So I've been using Resolution actively in my own business for about 4 years now. And prior to that, I was doing a bit of consultancy work and stuff and using it on farms that I was working with. And I've been kind of promoting it for a number of years now. It's always been a platform I've seen that's been nice and simple and easy to use and easy for other people to interact with. So, major challenges I was trying to solve, it's really just having all my records in one place and trying to have a place where I can direct staff to understanding exactly what I'm trying to tell them. There's always a lot lost in translation when you're dealing with staff, so being able to point to a position on a map or put a pin on a map and say this is where I want you and this is exactly where I want stock to be or this to happen, you know, it's pretty important. Favourite feature is probably tasking. Being able to send a task out to contractors or to staff members with a detailed map of what it is they've got to do and with all the information associated is pretty important, because most of the time I'm pretty busy and running around like a headless chicken, so it's pretty handy just to be able to highlight a cell or assign a task and assign cells so they know exactly where the stock has got to be shifted. Drop a pin on a map to show where a water trough is or whatever. It takes all of the hardship out of trying to explain. But yeah, just having a simple platform to be able to show exactly where things are, what needs to be done, is pretty important. For my business, because I'm having to deal with a number of different landowners, having Resolution as a platform for them to be able to see what's happening day to day on the farm is pretty important. It means that all of my stock sales and purchases, animal health treatments are all visible by the landowners so that they have confidence in what's happening day to day on the farm. Talk to those guys about issues around capital infrastructure, etc. I can take pictures, sign it to a record and then show them and keep it all in one place and then generate reports that I can then present to them as well. It's just selecting through the farms. Real simple because I'm running multiple properties. Just being able to drop down between each farm is pretty handy. Certain staff are better than others, but in general, staff take to it real quick. And I think having, certainly for staff here, because of the complexity around like cells and we're developing farms all the time, keeping track of things on a map is massively important. And them being able to view themselves by GPS, yeah, it makes a massive difference.
I think the great thing about it is because everything's so systemised here with the cell grazing that we're around a lot of the farm a lot of the time, so with Resolution we can kind of pin a spot that we might need to do with some fencing or yeah, just any bits and pieces, and we have a reference we can point back to. I think it bridges the gap between I need to remember to do that and you've actually got a point that you can go back to, you know, take that reference and run with it. So yeah, it's quite it is handy, very handy. Yeah. Just like anything, I suppose. Yeah, the more you look into it, the better you get at it. But it's also the more you give it, the more it'll give back. So
Resolution.
We're on it.